Rolando, many congratulations. 2 laps good enough for pole today. How on it did you feel?
Not at my best, but good enough today. I think I struggled a little bit more in FP1. It's a difficult track. It's an amazing track to drive, but difficult, easy to get just timings wrong, bumps wrong. And I still got a couple little bits here or there wrong on my final lap, but still quick enough. I think it's always tricky also when you go onto the soft tire. Do you push 20% more, 10%, 5%? Do you actually back it off a little bit? But a good enough lap for pole, so very happy.
Yeah, you had a bit of a margin on Oscar. You've got a car between yourself and him. Can you have despite some forecast weather, can you have a cruise to victory, do you sense, in the sprint?
I mean, that's my plan. Yeah, we'll see tonight. Of course, we have to prepare for both conditions. I mean, I expect the morning to be heavy rain and incredibly windy at the same time. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. So in dry conditions, confident at the minute. I think the car's been performing well. Not nice enough that I'm happy about everything. We've got some things to maybe improve on for the quali tomorrow. But yeah, the sprint race, let's see if I can cruise to victory. That'd be beautiful.
Well, Oscar, overall, how do you assess that? You looked like, you were the fastest McLaren for much of today. That first sector in particular costing you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the soft just was a bit different to what I expected. A couple of big moments on my first lap, which wasn't ideal, and yeah, that was a bit of a shame, but ultimately I felt much happier today than the last couple of weeks. Practice went very well. I think sprint quali changed a few things, which took a little bit of getting used to again, but yeah, ultimately pretty happy. Would have liked a little bit more, but we can definitely fight with what we've got, and there's obviously a lot more points on Sunday.
Yeah. You've got Kimi between yourself and Lando. Possible weather tomorrow as well. How do you size things up?
It's going to be an interesting day. Let's see what weather we get, but yeah, I'll try and take whatever opportunities there are. I think the pace in the car has been really good today, so hopefully that translates to whatever we get.
Thank you.
Andrea, congratulations. Amazingly, that's Lando's first sprint pole of the year, which I didn't quite realize. Let's talk about the difference between the drivers, because was it a fact that Oscar made a mistake on that first lap, maybe a bit safe on the final one?
Well, the drivers have been extremely close in free practice 1, extremely close in qualifying. I think that's the story of the entire season, in fairness, between Lando and Oscar. It's good, and it's good that they are close and the car is fast. So it's a good position to start some of the competitive sessions in this sprint weekend. But it's also close with our competition. Mercedes is pretty much there, a matter of milliseconds. Aston, they're doing a good job. With Fernando in particular. Verstappen, we know is Verstappen, he's going to be there tomorrow. So I think all the conditions are present for a very entertaining sprint weekend.
When we came away from Austin in Mexico, you guys had some theories around why Oscar was struggling a bit, maybe the higher track temperatures there, a bit more sliding. He's looked more competitive here compared to Lando, hasn't he? That 3-4 tenths gap has gone away. Are you encouraged? I know it's only been one day, but are you encouraged by that?
Well, I think in Austin and in Mexico there were some technical reasons why Oscar, adopting his natural style, was not producing the lap time. We reviewed that already in Mexico after qualifying. Already in the race, Oscar was quite fast. He couldn't prove it because of the traffic. And I think here in Brazil he's back to his form. I'm sure he wants to polish 1/10 more. It's a shame he had a little mistake in his first attempt in corner 1. Oscar is there. I'm sure it's going to be, like I said before, a very interesting competition this weekend. And also we are in Interlagos, so the weather is always going to be a factor. So in addition to the speed, we'll have to be good with the operation, with the execution, with the strategic calls.
Thank you for your time.
Radio saying that the car felt broken. Was a wrong turn taken from practice? Did it feel significantly worse than the practice session?
No, I mean, yeah, a lot of vibration in the car, a lot of just ride problems. Yeah, not what we want, but I mean, besides that, I think also we just don't have the grip. The middle sector is terrible, so just can't get the car to turn, but at the same time also I can't really rely on the rear. So yeah, for us just quite poor, I would say. But it's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the McLarens out in front and some cars between you and them. there is some weather due. Might that help your cause? What do you think?
I don't know. We'll find out, right? I mean, I think it's quite clear that we are lacking something, and I'm not expecting that suddenly to be miles better in the wet, but we'll see tomorrow.
Thank you.
Now, suddenly, one off.
Okay. Looking ahead to the rest of the weekend, maybe some rain in advance of the sprint itself, but possibly drier for qualifying. Is that how you expect?
Yeah, let's see. Mixed condition. I don't want to really pray for rain or dry, but yeah. So far, I have to find something in the car because I just don't understand why.
Helmut, can I just ask what happened with Max there? The middle sector of the lap, he loses 0.4 of a second. Doesn't sound very happy on the radio. Any understanding where the time is?
I mean, if you look sector 1 and 3, we are hundredths away from Norris. And middle sector, there are the most corners. It's basically no grip, which means we don't have enough downforce. And that's something which we can't cure for the sprint race. But hopefully, with all the data we get, we can adapt and make it for the main race that we are more competitive.
But the weather forecast tomorrow seems like it might be, looks raining for the morning. The lower downforce, is that going to be an even bigger issue, obviously, for that?
There we hope for Max, he has to make the difference.
And finally, just in terms of Yuki, obviously out in Q1 there, is that just a knock-on effect of the free practice error and losing track time?
Of course, he was missing lap track time, and the times are very close, but we expected him to be at least in Q2. Didn't happen, so yeah, that's a fact.
Okay, and you got Supermax here, Brazil. Can he get on the podium from where he's starting tomorrow?
I mean, then it must rain. Otherwise, no chance.
Thank you.
To see you missing out on SQ3 there, fine margins. We saw the yellow flags as well. How much did that impact your final run?
Yeah, it definitely didn't help, but it's not for the lack of trying. We seem like the team thought we were a lot faster than we are. Gave it everything, and that's ultimately what matters most. It's just we just were not quick enough.
It seems like you've really been building momentum over the last few events. So how are you feeling in the car aside from that? Does it still feel like you're moving in the right direction despite what happened at the end there?
It's hard to say that when you're out in Q2, but I do feel like we're working hard, so I mean there's not really much more I can do. It is what it is.
And looking ahead to the sprint, potential for some rain as well. You've put in some incredible drives here over the years. What's your thinking looking ahead to that?
I'm 11th now, so just have to have some fun from there. I think at this point it's literally it's just about having fun. It's not going well from my side my year, and I just have to just enjoy it wherever I am, and so I can do.
Thank you, Lewis. A tricky session out there. We saw the spin towards the end of SQ2. P8 in SQ3. How do you sum that one up?
Not happy. I mean, the car was very, very slow today. It didn't feel that bad, but we are slow, so we've got something to work on and to try and improve for tomorrow. Unfortunately, my lap in SQ3, the first one was pretty good. I had a rejected upshift in the last straight, so we cost like a 10th and a half. Wouldn't have been much better. I think maybe P7, but tough weekend so far.
Have you already got some clear ideas there? And of course you can change the car between the sprint race and qualifying, so...
Nothing makes me think we are out of place in terms of setup, so I'll try something. Whether it's going to be better or worse, I'm not sure.
George, P4 at the end of that one. How do you sum it up? How are you feeling about that showing?
Yeah, I feel okay, to be honest. It was we were there or thereabouts the whole session. Q3 was a funny one. I think everyone went a bit slower except Kimi, so he clearly did a good job, so well done to him. But for us, P2, P4 is a good place to start.
Touched on it there, Kimi up the front as well. You're right there with the McLarens.
Yeah.
What's your thinking for the sprint and what you both might be fighting for come the end of it?
Well, I think there's a bit of rain forecast for tonight, so it might be a wet race tomorrow. But we just need to keep getting these points now and keep taking that fight to Red Bull and Ferrari.
Lap looked like you were right on the edge there, especially out of the penultimate corner, P2 at the end of it. You must be happy with that showing.
Yeah, it was was a good session overall. I think Q1 was a bit scrappy, a bit difficult with traffic, but then we got into our rhythm, and the soft lap was a bit of a shame there in the second to last sector, but still decent lap, P2 for tomorrow, so a lot to fight for.
Splitting the McLarens, of course. So what's your thinking heading into the sprint race tomorrow and what you could be fighting for?
Well, we're going to have to take care of the wind. It's going to rotate quite a lot. So tomorrow we're going to expect quite different condition compared to today. Also, the weather is going to be a bit uncertain, but we'll try to be ready for anything, and hopefully we can do a good race.
And can we through to SQ3? Feeling happy with that showing today?
Everything before SQ3 very good. SQ3 not so good with the soft. We committed to one lap, and it was a learning lap, but that was the final one, so a bit gutted, but honestly not much left on the table.
How tricky is it balancing that, jumping from the medium to the soft?
It is, normally you just expect a bit more grip, and it seems like it's hard to finish the lap on the soft. I was more comfortable on the medium, so yeah, it's hard to go on a softer compound and have to drive slower.
What's your thinking for the sprint tomorrow? Can you move forward from where you are, get a couple of points on the board?
Yeah, definitely. We just need to move a couple of places. Just one position and we're in the points, so we're in a good position. Last year the car in the rain was pretty fast. It will be my first time tomorrow around here, so let's see.
Was that getting into the final round of sprint qualifying?
Yeah. I think it was clean. Obviously, being 10th in SQ3 is never, the nicest thing. But I think there was not much more on the table. So, if I'm not wrong mistaken, I think it's the first kind of Q3 appearance, or SQ3, but whatever, top 10 appearance in quali this year. So, I'll take it and see what we can do tomorrow.
Yeah, it's something you've been talking about and working on, obviously, the qualifying performance. Listen, we know how good you are around here. Maybe some mixed conditions tomorrow. What are you expecting?
Yeah, I think obviously the forecast looks pretty wet at times. I hope it's runnable. That's obviously always the question here. If you remember last year, which was obviously too much rain, and then that's also no good. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we can run and put on a good show for the fancy.
And just finally, looking ahead further.
You won 3, bro.
Well, sorry, the battle that you're in the constructors. You maybe make a few more points if you can over the course of this weekend, because it is so tight.
No, but that's goes without saying, and same for everyone in that fight. All to play for. The Astons unfortunately look pretty handy and quick around here, out of nowhere somehow, and we'll try to battle them, of course, but they do look quick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lando Norris took the sprint pole position from Kimi Antonelli, while Max Verstappen finished 6th and Lewis Hamilton was eliminated in SQ2. Ferrari, which had started the week with a sense of despair, got what was expected. After a nightmare practice session, Ferrari failed to meet their expectations in the sprint qualifying, performing far below their expectations and becoming one of the worst performing teams of the day. Meanwhile, Lance Stroll's unexpected performance in the Aston Martin saw him and his teammate finish in 6th and 7th. McLaren, who lived up to expectations, shared the first 2 rows of the grid with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Meanwhile, Mercedes with George Russell and Kimi Antonelli secured a significant advantage by securing 2nd and 4th positions in qualifying, a crucial step to maintain their advantage over Ferrari. Tomorrow's sprint race in Sao Paulo, where rain is expected to pass, is sure to be a race full of surprises. Helmut Marko, meanwhile, expressed hope and anticipation for rain and is confident that Max Verstappen will make a difference. His teammate Yuki Tsunoda is facing the risk of losing his seat. Yuki SQ2, who had promised to do everything he could to help Max Verstappen earlier in the week, was also eliminated, leaving his teammate in the lurch.